What's up, guys? How are you?
Coach, you worked on speeding up that offense this week, and I know that was something you wanted to improve on after the first preseason game. How do you feel like that went this week?
To be determined, but I thought practice was much better. I get the first game, but now I want to try to have a little bit of success too.
Yesterday was Gainesville hot. You
Well.
moved it to 1 to 3. Was it to try to acclimate to?
Well, we're still under camp rules, which means you have 90 minutes between walkthrough and practice, and then players, the heat hit us pretty good, so we just moved the walkthrough, combined walkthrough and practice. So plus we're later in the week now, so I was going to cut practice anyway. So I met with some of the leaders and what's the best way to do this. So that's why we moved it. But yeah, yesterday was Gainesville hot, swamp hot.
AJ Can out of practice today.
Inconclusive COVID. We're hoping he's back tomorrow. He is vaccinated.
Plans for Trevor on Monday?
Plan for Trevor?
How much time
More time than, just got to depend on the health of our team too. Got a lot to evaluate. So we've talked, but not in depth yet. That's tomorrow conversation. Health of the team, and then also we got to get him some reps.
If Can, Linder, and Norwell are all out Monday, does that impact your decision with Trevor?
Sure. We have not even had that chat yet. We're just trying to get through practices right now, but tomorrow is a big conversation about that.
You've had leadership councils in colleges. How important is it to give these guys a voice and to listen to them along some of these lines?
Well, it depends who it is. It's you have to earn that right, and quite honestly, if I thought they didn't earn it, then there'd be no voice. We have some really good people here, and I really trust a lot of these veterans, and they've been really helpful to me.
You mentioned wanting to get Trevor more reps just now. Have you thought about cutting out the competition and giving him more reps in practice, or are you just talking about game reps as far as preseason?
Just if he wins it, which that hasn't happened yet. So as soon as that happens, then you give him the all 1 reps.
What do you need to see from him or Minshew to win the job?
Just competition, performance.
So you don't have a timeline on when you want to name that guy? I mean, obviously before the first
We do.
week, but
I do in my own mind, but once again, there's it's a conversation that the 3 people are having daily.
so in theory, it could go all the way through the 3rd preseason game, right?
In theory, it could, but I'd rather not. But yeah.
Obviously, it's the first time that there's only been 3 preseason games, so in terms of reps for starters versus reps for nobody, and then you have the 2 weeks off, kind of, for what you are able to tell us, kind of what's
Well, that's why we went to game week. Usually you go 2 with just extension of training camp, and then your 3rd and 4th are game planned. So we wanted, with the new staff, Bevel, myself, and Joe thought it was important to go ahead and game plan. That's another reason why we shifted the schedule. This is basically an in-season schedule with modified because of the training camp rules still. But we want to get them a feel, plus our coaches are game planning from 5 o'clock until 10 o'clock every night. And then bang, you go in the morning. So I like it. It's just kind of more schedule I'm used to anyway.
What's your overall thought about joint practices? Were you trying to get that with the Saints, or just something?
Oh yeah, we were. There was some protocol stuff about COVID, and we were all set to. I've never done it. I've heard about it. I've been reading about it. I hear the positive, negatives. I hear there were some injuries too that you're dealing with. Those are all things that Trent, and I'm counting on the veteran coaches on my staff. And I actually talked to Sean Payton a lot about it, Coach Belichick about it. There's certainly value in it, but there's also, you're rolling the bones a little bit.
How is Robertson Harris playing for you right now? Robertson Harris.
Oh, Roy?
Yeah.
How's he playing?
Yeah.
He's doing good. He's doing good. He's extremely talented guy that still, I think the upsides, he hasn't seen it, we haven't seen the ceiling of his ability yet. And a great guy. Great team guy.
How was your vaccination level improved with player-wise?
Pretty good. I think it's up over 85%. Amy can help you with that, but it's pretty good.
This is the first time that you're going to take the show on the road, away game, expectations, emotions, feel like any other game week for you, or how does the game plan kind of change from maybe last week when it was a home
Just
game?
the travel piece of it, that it'll be my first one in an NFL travel. The road one or the home one was a little bit different, but not that much different. I haven't really thought about it yet.
It is New Orleans and Bourbon Street. Can you keep these guys, I don't think you can, keep them in the hotel, but can you highly suggest that they don't leave the hotel?
Once again, I've told our players, if I'm worried about that, we might as well not practice because we're going to get our brains kicked in. So if that's one of those kind of teams, I'll let you know. And the record will show it. If it's a bunch of grown men serious about their careers, then this is a good place for them to be. If it's not, it's not.
Let's take a couple more.
Is Trevor starting against the Saints, or you haven't made that determination yet?
I haven't even talked to those guys yet.
Dre Cisco, how have you seen his
Boy, he's been
progression?
doing good. He's in the hunt for a starting spot.
Thanks, Coach. What about Trevor?
I was
Go ahead,
going to
Mark,
ask
sorry.
you, is the number, you're getting to it's starting to crunch numbers. Is that really a mind-boggling, like to figure out how many safeties, how many cornerbacks, how many tight ends?
Well, I don't know, mind-boggling. I mean, I studied this thing for a long time. I've been dealing with my former players, and I start seeing these cuts. And, you know, we had the Barku, we made a decision to bring DT back after his COVID. So those are all, yeah, it's tough. And like I told you guys earlier, I just want to give every player an opportunity to take the subjectivity out, let him go perform. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
How are y'all doing?
How are you?
Good, doing well.
How'd the week go for you?
It was good. Yeah, we've had a good week of prep. So today just finished up our second full game prep day. So it was good. Kind of getting into more of a flow, game planning. A little bit different than last week. Kind of transitioning out of camp. So it's been good. It's a little bit new for me, this schedule compared to college. It's a little different. So still getting used to it. But I got my routine mapped out, and I'll make some changes here and there based on what I like and don't like. But I feel like we're in a good spot.
Does the heat bother you at all?
I mean, it's everywhere I've lived has been really hot in, Georgia, South Carolina. So I'm kind of used to it, but I don't know if you ever really get used to it. When summer rolls around every year, it's like, man, it gets hotter every year. So, but it's been good for us. I know we're going to be in great shape and we're going to be conditioned to it because yesterday, we actually got a little bit of a break today. It was a little cooler, but yesterday felt like it was over 100. So, but we had a great day yesterday. So it's been cool to see all the guys work, and it doesn't really matter the conditions. We've all just gone out there and gone to work.
Urban just got done saying that he needs to talk to the guys about the starting situation for Monday night. Does it bother you at all in the least that this is still considered quote unquote an open competition, even though many people don't believe it is?
No, it doesn't bother me. I think that's the way to run a team. Honestly, you gotta compete for everyone's jobs. The best player has to play. You got to compete, and it's a first-year player coming in. It's kind of what's expected. You want to compete for the job, and there's a right way to do things. I think they've handled it great. We're in a good spot, and we're just going to keep working, and I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity I get. That's all I can really do.
Do you feel like you're getting enough reps in practice to prepare yourself?
Yeah, I think we do a good job of managing it. Obviously, as a young guy, you want as many as you can get, just because every look that you get is something new you're seeing and that you can learn from. So for me, I just want as many as I can get, and we're at that point now. We've been practicing for so long. It's more about getting a lot more mental reps too, because we can't go out there for 3 hours every day as the season starts. Guys got to take care of their bodies and just got to be careful. But I think we've had great prep up until this point, great camp. And for me, I've learned a lot, and I've gotten a lot better, I think, just taking care of the ball, decision-making, knowing the offense. But the more reps I can get, obviously, the better, and that's what obviously I'd like that.
Do you feel like you've been able to get into a rhythm, even though, you get a couple of plays here, and then you're going off and standing on the side talking with coaches, and you get a couple more?
Yeah, I mean, it's tougher to get in a rhythm that way, but it's just something that it's part of it. Everyone has to deal with it, and just I can get better at that for sure. It's just consistently making plays and taking advantage of every play that I am in there. And that's just something I can do a little bit better job of, but that's part of every, competition, every just practice in general, with groups rotating in and out. That's something you always got to deal with.
What are you anticipating for your first road game, the crowd noise, all those kind of different variables that you didn't really have to deal with the week before?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Obviously, I've played in some loud stadiums in college. I've actually played in New Orleans twice, so I'm pretty familiar with that stadium. It gets really loud in there. It's the Dome, and obviously Saints fans are pretty rowdy. So we're expecting the worst, expecting as loud as it can get, and then we'll adjust from there. It's always better to expect that, and then you get in there and it might not be as loud, and it's easy to adjust from that. But when you didn't prepare, it's kind of hard to get ready for the noise.
Is that the only place you played inside? You played in Syracuse too, I believe?
Syracuse, we played in Dallas, the Cotton Bowl. Shoot, we've played in Arizona, which is grass, but it's inside. So that one was pretty cool. But yeah, we played a few inside.
All right, thanks, Trevor.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Trevor.
Appreciate y'all.